Hello there, welcome to In My Opinion for Bat Boy.
You play as Ryosuke, a high schooler who has some friends who are all part of different sports clubs. And during the night, y'all suit up with your sports abilities and go out to stop baddies. During one night, you get a text from your friend Saki telling you another friend is in danger and to come to the school. Once there, everyone comes face to face with Lord Vicious, who's some bad magical guy from another dimension. The team declares they will stop him, but before you know it, Lord Vicious puts everyone except Ryosuke under mind control and leads them back to his dimension. Ryosuke follows, only to wake up with a bird attacking him named Garu. They become quick partners, and now it's up to Ryosuke to go and save his friends. It's not a bad setup, and it's pretty simple. I do enjoy a lead who's just a guy trying to save his pals. They also could have added nothing to the boss encounters when it comes to convos, but they actually gave your brainwashed friends a bit of personality, and even get a little more after the fight, which is rather nice. So in the end, it's a fun little story with some comedic moments. This is a 2D action platformer, so you'll be swinging your bat to smash enemies and jumping on stuff. If you want a comparison, think Mega Man kind of. I say kind of since you don't really have a choice of which bosses to take down. At most, you'll be presented with 2 level paths and you can pick between those 2 levels, and once it's done, it happens again. The gameplay for this is fantastic with nice, tight, and responsive controls, making sure if you mess up, it's all on you, whether you're bopping an enemy with your bat or bouncing on stuff to make that jump. I feel the game gives you a fine challenge without ever feeling cheap. And with the new abilities gained from bosses, it makes things a bit easier as you go along the 15 levels you'll be playing, which are all nicely paced. You get certain abilities like a slash letting you break blocks and zip across the screen, as well as deadly spikes, being able to grapple on platforms out of your reach and enemies as well, activating a temp bubble not to drown underwater and walk on spikes, and many other abilities. I also like that after you beat the boss, they personally show you how to use your new ability. Speaking of the bosses, I found them to be really fun and unique from one another. And of course, it's all about finding that pattern to beat them. And I like how when you reach a certain point, all the bosses go into serious mode and up the tension a bit. There's also collectibles in each level in the form of seeds, tapes, and cute little animals. The seeds are important since you need them for the shops on the map to upgrade your health and ability bar, which is what you waste each time you use those boss abilities. There's also a secret shop in each level which you use money dropped by your enemies and you can just find lying around the levels. These contain more seeds to do basically the same thing, and some are pretty well hidden. The tapes you find are the level's music that you can listen to in the bar, which fills up with your saved friends and you can talk to them getting a line dialogue, allowing you to see a little more personality out of them. The cute little animals are just there for you to pet them. Each level also shows you if you're missing anything, except for the cute little animals, as you must talk to the person at the bar and they will give you a hint. The bartender has nothing to sell at first, but he can make you a little something by getting ingredients. And this is done by doing some special levels on the map. This is where you'll really put those boss abilities to use, as while they come in handy in battle or getting around, you have to use a few to get by these special levels, which are a fun little challenge. Not only that, but there are bosses at the end of these levels which I felt were a little stronger than the others. If you can't get through the level, you can always go back and try again when you get more abilities. Also, don't worry, as while these levels are shorter, they still have checkpoints like the normal ones. Once you get the ingredients, the bartender lets you make 3 items that you can take with you. These can restore your health and ability bar, blow up enemies including bosses for big damage, and resurrect you if you die. These do come in handy if you're having trouble with certain bosses or levels. The game also lets you freely replay any levels for the collectibles or anything else before and after beating it. There's also 2 types of speedrun modes you unlock after beating the game if you want to try that. As you can clearly see, we got a game going for the retro 8-bit look, and I have to say it's pretty dang good. While the levels are just the usual ice, jungle, and such type levels, each have great designs and stand out from one another, especially the spooky castle with Ghost. The enemy grunts have some pretty good and even funny designs, but the best designs go to our lead and his group of friends, each representing the sport they play in some way. I actually wouldn't mind a version of this game with higher level graphics to really get the most out of these designs. The only bug I ran into was trophy related, as 2 of them, Expert Batter and Out of the Park, just wouldn't pop for me, no matter how much I did them. So if you're going for a plat, then beware, these might not pop up. That aside, the game ran smooth with no other hiccups.
I had a blast with this game as I highly enjoyed the gameplay, thought the character designs were great, and even though the story is nothing jaw-dropping, the characters were pretty likable. It took me around 7 hours to fully complete the game, as in collecting everything. And for replay value, there's those speedrun modes I talked about. This game did not strike out, and if you like Mega Man type retro games, then I highly recommend it, even with the trophy glitch that I mentioned before. And I do hope we get a sequel down the road. I hope you enjoy my thoughts on this game, and for gamer's sake, keep gaming.